rounds. Now you've just had the voice in there. The gentleman is right here with us in studio, and trust me, we're so excited to actually have him here. But let's talk about 16 rounds. Finally, let's talk about this film.
Well, what do you want to know? 16 rounds. It's one of those the thriller, drama, action.
Yeah.
It's like a merger of those genres.
Mm-hmm.
And I play a character, an ex-soldier,
Yes.
who is suffering from PTSD,
Mm-hmm.
post-stress traumatic disorder,
Yes.
and he wants to get rid of his wife, and you know they're in a bad place in their marriage, and he wants to do anything possible under the sun to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
So his wife, played by a very good friend of mine, Natasha Sinayobe, yeah, we gelled really well for these roles. Like we had good chemistry. Yeah. She plays Dorothy, a very smart young lady
Yeah.
who wants also to break up with me. She's as fed up as I am of her, but we're all playing smart. But yeah, she kind of like outsmarts me, so I don't want to throw any spoilers. But yeah, that's pretty much 16 rounds.
Okay.
The darkness was in the PTSD.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
in the a bit psycho-ish person, a
Mhm.
bit you're bordering normal, but you're off somewhat. Yeah, that was the darkness for me in the role, the challenge. By darkness, I mean the challenge.
Yes.
Just digging in and reading a lot about PTSD and understanding how they affect people, different people, because for different people affected by PTSD, it could be rape, it could be a very fatal accident, it could be you're an ex-soldier or things like that.
Mhm.
So I had to learn about the different ways it affects people and their different situations and narrow it down to just mine.
Well, do you always get to a point where it's hard for you to get off character? Like you've been acting, but then trying to get off that character to the normal you. Do you ever have issues? What do you do to get off the transition?
Well, for starters, why it's hard, why it's like that, is because I'm a method actor.
Okay.
I like to consider myself a method actor. Method acting is just completely immersing yourself in these roles that we so dearly love to portray.
Yes.
Like completely experiencing this character, and it's a process.
Yeah.
With role by role. But so I face roles and I do some roles and I cannot easily flip back.
Yeah.
But what I do is how I handle or go about it is I remember what I love to do, remember what Michael loves. I love to travel, I love to hang around my friends, my family. A very good friend of mine is here, I came with him. So I just like stick to people and things that mean a lot to me and remind me of who I am and what I love to do.
Yeah. Have you ever met a few fans who probably, are scared of you because, or say a few friends or family members, just because they've seen you act that, they think maybe that is him, but he just never shows it.
Yeah, there are many people that I've met
Yes.
and have that perception.
Yeah.
But the most memorable one for me, because there was one, and it's funny, it's not for 16 rounds.
Yeah.
For 16 rounds, people are more impressed by the performance than they are scared.
Yeah.
I think now we're getting to a space where we're enlightened that this is film, it's not real.
Yeah.
But when I was shooting Hostel,
Mm-hmm.
when I was Brother John, there was a moment in my character's life as Brother John where he had backslid and he had gotten Sister Hope.
Oh yes.
He had gotten her preg and all these things, and she, some guy and his kids walked up to me in Tuskers one time, and he was not amused. He was like, "How can you?
Jesus.
You're giving Born Again's a bad name." And he took it so personal. I was very disturbed. I didn't know how to respond, because you must come off as kind. You must come off like you're not. But yeah. Happens.
Well, I must say, Lukeman Ali has used you in so many of his films. How is it like working with Lukeman Ali?
Lukeman Ali is a genius. I would say that for lack of a better word. He's a genius. Well, I'm sure he'll say the same thing about me. No, but his creative is just amazing. He has not got the usual, mind. Yeah, he's got an orthodox, kind of way of doing things. Lukeman is fun. that's what I can say. He's fun.
Yeah.
He's fun.
And
It
I could
makes
actually,
working with him
I would see
fun.
that character when he was showing us the behind the scenes of
Oh
16,
yes.
16 rounds. I was like, what? Seriously? So these guys were just throwing
Yeah.
soil? Was it like
It was-
real?
Yeah, it was real. We just like throwing around soil all over the place. It's crazy.
I must say you pulled it off.
Thank you.
But well, are there some movies that you watch and you're like, okay, this one, this guy outdid himself. Are there those favorite movies of
Yeah.
yours? And then and then do you have a few movies that you're like, really, like seriously?
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Favorite, of course. Really, like, seriously, that's probably sitcoms and things like that.
Yeah.
Certain things I don't like to watch. But I love a film called Forrest Gump. That was Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forrest Gump. He was acting as a guy who was mentally. He was a bit slow in his thinking. Yeah, Forrest Gump. And then I love The Great Debaters, Denzel Washington, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
I love the Joker in Heath Ledger.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that one.
in the Joker. He was the late Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an amazing performer. Amazing performer. Yeah, and 90% of Leo's films.
Well, how does it feel to be quite successful? I'm calling it successful because honestly, you guys put 16 rounds out, and I think in a day you guys had like what? So how does it feel, man, to be an actor right now? Everyone's looking like, Jesus, that guy pulled it off. How does it feel to be quite successful? And what is the secret? What's the mantra behind that success? What pushes you there?
How does it feel? It feels awesome. It feels great. But again, it's a work in progress. Like, it's not like for us to get comfortable. It's not for Lukeman. If you're hearing, bro, don't get comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not for us to get comfortable. It's for us to keep growing and digging and earthing more of that success. What else you had? The question had 3 parts.
Yes. I was saying about the success, and then I was asking what drives you there. What makes you successful?
What is never being satisfied really with what everybody thinks is good. We can always make it better.
Yeah.
And I think that's the rapport I share with Lukeman. We have that thinking factor when it comes to our creative.
Yeah.
We don't settle for that's okay. Oh, it's good. We want it to be really, really good. So that I think the more we strive towards those things, our films get better because we don't get comfortable. Yeah.
Well, you know what? He's still here with us. We're going to have plenty of time, I'm telling you. We're going to make sure we get to know so much about the film, movie industry in Uganda because this guy is the reason as why some of us are excited that at least Fernando Uganda we're having. You know what I'm talking about? So let's go ahead and enjoy another break. And this particular song was requested by Michael because it's one of his favorites. And of course, we're having the meat from this one. The song is called I Give Her Love.